Hey everybody, welcome back to Valhalla Verdict. This is going to be the third episode. AJ is my co-star here. I'm Conspiracy, and we're going to be going over pretty much some Royale predictions, talking about what's coming up this weekend, because last weekend we'd normally talk about what happened, but it was Mother's Day, so we didn't really have anything.
Yeah, a lot of the Brawlhalla community tournament organizers don't schedule on major events like that so that people can spend time with their family, especially on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Those are the big ones. So we're seeing a lot of people just really getting prepared for the Royale that's coming up this weekend. And, we have some interesting players coming in from all three regions of NA, EU, and South America. The best of the best coming in. North America, you have Sandstorm, Radish, Guijipu, and Java, while South America also has kind of used West and Lores.
Yep, and then, of course, Europe with Godly, Skildra, Nisa, Monir. It's all right there. But so we have some really awesome people. I mean, if you would have told me last year that Skildra would be placing second for Royale in Europe, I would not have believed you.
I wouldn't have either.
That one's crazy. I mean, everything else is not that hard to believe. I mean, Gui is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Gui's been really up and coming. He's been kind of an up and comer player for a really long time. So it's cool to see that Gui's finally actually catching a real placement. Especially into a Royale event. I'm actually really excited to see how it goes this weekend.
It is. It's not like a lot of these players, like you have different regions that have a little bit of a different advantage over each region in regarding skill level for the region, but a lot of those guys, are very, very powerful.
Yeah.
You can't predict these very well. It's very hard to figure out who is going to be where and how that's all going to work out. It's just so difficult.
So let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the Autumn Royale, which was the most recent Royale event that happened. Like, the whole eSports system worked completely differently in 2023 and previous years than it does this year. But last year, how it worked is they had 4 Royale events rather than 2. Every single time they would have a major, they would take the top placers and they'd bring them to a Royale. And it was every single event. The most recent one was the Autumn Royale, which happened on October 14th, 2023. Mm-hmm. That was the last time that we had a Royale.
Yep.
And Lores won.
He did, and I think, he was one of the players that went, and this is just another word to looking into, how they're going to perform in LAN, because BCX, based off of this, you should have seen Lores win the event last time, but then got knocked out randomly, or got knocked out by someone. So a lot of these Royales really show what's a possibility of who's going to be the top players going into the LAN, but no, Lores went crazy this event. Originally going to Game 5 against Godly in World's Final, and then 3-0ing them in Grand Finals.
That's the most recent thing we have to go off of in terms of other than BCX, obviously, which used one, but we're talking about a really tight-knit group of people or players versus a massive LAN event, right? I'm sure some of the people that got knocked out or sent to losers bracket that were in a Royale, who they were matched up against weren't actually at the Royale, things like that. So that's why there's a bit of controversy around Royales and how people perceive how glorious a placement is for a Royale, because sometimes it's oh, you won the Royale, cool, but I wasn't there and I could have beaten you in bracket, so that's just kind of how it looks, but they're still amazing nonetheless to see.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to kind of see, with us not having the ability of doing as many Brawlhalla lands this year, still having these small things like that is huge. We can kind of see the players in person, see how it is. But no, I mean, from this on Royale, you had Godly, Lores, Meg D, Sandstorm, top 4. Then you had Hughes come in and go crazy in BCX out of nowhere.
Yep, that was straight up out of nowhere.
And that was a lot of that season was gauntlets. I mean, if I'm looking here, I got a bunch of Val, Wushang.
We had.
Vortex.
It was very gauntlet heavy. I think There was some Taro, some Kaya, common actors, but mostly it was pretty much entirely just gauntlets. So
yeah,
that's a completely different meta than what we're looking at now.
Yeah.
For this upcoming Royale, we still might have gauntlets in the play, but we're looking at greatsword, we're looking at cannon katars, we're looking at spear, we're looking at. We have like two greatsword players. It's gonna be pretty crazy. It's kind of all over the place. But I kind of wanted to go over some predictions.
Oh, that's gonna be so
So I already have mine set up, but AJ doesn't, which will make this nice to be able to like kind of talk through what we're thinking about here. But like we talked about earlier, we've got Sandstorm, Radish, Gui, Java, North America. Kind of use West, Lorez, South America, and then Europe, Godly, Skeldra, Knees, and Monir. My predictions were, in this order, West, Kaina, Godly, Lorez, Sandstorm, Use, Skeldra, Radish, Java, Guichabo, Knees, Monir.
Yeah, God, and this is such a hard thing to figure out, because it's
I moved this list around so many times, dude. It's so hard to put someone so low.
Yeah.
Right? It's so hard. Me putting these like that low is like kind of crazy, but I don't know.
I think, and you brought up a couple of topics too, regarding different regions, right? Like which region you think is going to win.
Oh no, I think no matter what, South America will win, and I also think in EU that no other EU player is going to pass Godly's placement. So Godly will be the top EU player at the least. I think it's definitely a mix-up with NA and North America on which one of those four will top each other.
Yeah.
But definitely South America taking. I swear South America is going to take the W this weekend.
Because I'm biased with this, and I hate that I'm biased with it because I can't make a good decision.
Yeah.
I definitely agree on EU.
Well, Okay, let's start with this. Who do you think is going to win?
I don't know. That's the hard one.
Okay.
I could do like tops, like maybe top 5, and then who or top like to the top half and lower half, like mindset of that.
Okay.
When it comes down to EU, I definitely agree that no player is going to get higher than Godly.
Okay.
I don't. So I think Skeldra is going to be close.
You think? Yeah. So I think Skeldra kind of the second. Yeah.
I think Godly's top 4 guaranteed.
You think? Okay. So let's do top 4. Let's do Godly. Okay. Who else do you think's in the top 4?
I think either Sandstorm or Gui will be top 4.
Would you throw them both in?
I would not. So because of how good South America is, I think North America is going to have this pivotal player that's going to get top 4, that's going to represent that region, unless both get top 4 and Guichabo makes a huge upset in South America. Like how my mindset is with it is I think Sandstorm has the highest likeliness to get top 4, but when we're talking about Radish, Java, and you're talking about Gui, Java and Radish are fantastic players. Radish is very formidable on the Red Raptor, but top 4ing, against some of the best players in South America that have been consistently top 4ing in majors and Royales.
Because Radish and Radish, Java, they are heavily consistent players, but I think they'll figure them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you were saying, with Gui, it might be rough for especially EU or especially South America and EU to figure out Gui.
Gui has a different style that is very brand new to North America that I really haven't seen in other regions. I haven't seen that aggressive of a guitar player or a cannon player just read the heck out of people.
I think you're saying that Gui's going to get top 4. I think that's what you want to put down.
I would like to, but at the same time, Sandstorm has been more consistent.
So you're going to put Sandstorm?
I'm going to put Sandstorm.
Okay, so you got Godly and Sandstorm. You got the fan favorites in top 4. Who else do you got? You got to throw some South America in there, bro.
I do. I'm just thinking because South America, Use has been doing well.
It's a toss-up.
That is. It's going to be a toss-up for that region. I think what happened the last major, though, in ones.
So what are we looking at?
Scotty, South America. Because I think we can realistically, for South America, base it off of that. a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a big difference between online and LAN.
Twas Use.
Use won that.
Yep, it looks like Use
Really?
beat Loras 3-2, kind of got third, and
I see it, yeah.
yeah, I mean, so there's some players that didn't play in this event just because of how the system works. You can miss an event if you don't want to play.
I mean, if we're going off of like grands, and you know, I don't think Kina will top 4.
You don't think kind of top 4?
I will not. I think it will be either Use or Lores.
I would pick Loras there.
Well, Lores is more consistent, but what weapons does Lores play? He plays the Kaya, right?
He plays the Kaya.
Speaks the bow and the spear.
Mm-hmm.
I think with where Greatsword is at,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Use, because Use won BCX. The last Royale was Laura's winning, but then Use won the World Championship. And I think with where Greatsword's at now and how consistent it is, I think he's going to be up there. So I will say Use. And then I would say the next runner-up, I think it's either going to be Guichibu, Loras, or Skeldra. Because Greatsword is in one of those spots where players are having such a difficult time. So I think Skeldra has that opportunity. When it comes down to Lores, based off of recent Royale placements, that's huge. But then also, I think, and it's probably a bias in me for Gui.
Yeah, no, but you actually make such a good point that, like, I mean, Gui's never been to a LAN event. So Gui has never been on an even playing field with South America or EU.
See, Gui's such a random. If we're going off of possibility, Gui's not going to top 4.
Yeah.
The reason, but I also think it's just a mixed bag, right? Because you have guitars and cannon that are pretty, when he plays them, are really, really good against a lot of these players.
Yeah.
But you also don't know how Gui's going to do. This is his first LAN.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he might be super nervous.
I think the nervous is going to get to him, because most players, when they get to LAN or get a certain placement online, they tend to not do so great because they're not used to that environment.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's still a huge possibility if Guichibu can figure out that mentality going into that he can top 4. If we're going off of overall possibility of getting top 4, I'll probably put Gui top 8. But I'll probably choose between Loras and Skeldra. Loras will probably take that spot.
Yeah. I think it'd probably be Loras.
Yeah.
Skeldra's definitely going to catch the top 8, though. There's no way Skeldra doesn't catch top 8. I think he just has to. He's on fire right now. Like, he's on fire.
I'm going to assume for top 4 is Godly, Sandstorm, Use, and Loras. And then for top 8, we have Gui, Skeldra, Kina, but then we also have Radiation Java.
Yep, you're forgetting about NA, dude. It's hard. This list is hard.
You know, all I can really think of is, except doing solo placements, is those 4 regions. Like, who's top 4, who's 4th through 8th, and who's going to be last. Because it's so random.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't see Knees getting top 8 with that, his level, like his style right now. I don't think it's in meta per se.
Unless Nice just plays something completely different.
Unless he mixes it up, yeah. Because it didn't do well against Godly, and Godly has been consistent, and he's been losing to South America.
Yeah.
So I would say Knees is going to be in the lower half, or definitely the lower half, so probably the lower 4 slots. Monir, see, Monir's really good. Like I'm very happy to see them getting into the Royale. I just think
this is rough competition.
It's rough, you know.
PR5.
Yeah, Taros.
Taros. So you got Taros, Petra. Yeah, so the side is gauntlets, but I mean most people can play gauntlets, but big thing is Axe. It's Axe right here.
I think Monir, based off of that Petra placement that I'm seeing, I think he could definitely do well against Radish on an orb level, but not beat him. I think he could like have some close games possibly.
So you think Monir in the bottom half?
Yeah.
Or the lower fourth?
Shoot.
So that leaves you with Java and
Wes.
Wes.
Shit.
You
Wes
forgot
is a
about.
thing.
Yeah, you forgot about Wes.
You know, I think right now Java is in the lower side of that group. It's not because I don't think he can win. It's that based off the picks that he's had and, you know, recent money matches that we've been seeing in North America, Java faced Megdi recently and lost a 2-0.
Ooh.
So
a money match?
Like money match, as far as I'm aware. Now I could be wrong. But I remember there was calls where they were like he was streaming it. I remember hearing his point of view saying, you know, I could have beat him. Now I gotta figure out where the heck Wes is. Now, what if you want to pop up Wes on pro stats for me real quick?
Tezca.
Battle boots. Okay. I think Wes is within a top 4 to top 8 range, based off the thought of I think he can top 4. Don't get me wrong, but based off of.
So you put Wes here.
I put him in.
You put him in a mix-up right there.
But who do I remove?
No, you don't have to remove. You say it could be a mix-up between Radius and West. So you got Godly, Sandstorm, Hughes, Lorez.
I can say
in top 4. And then you've got Guise, Geldra, Kaina in the middle area. And then it's a toss-up between Radish and West. And then you go into the lower 4s. And then you've got Knees, Monir, and Java. That's not bad. I could agree with most of that.
Yeah.
I think Skeldra is going to go a little higher. I think Wes is going to go a little higher.
Well, and keep in mind, like in the order that we said, it's the general area for that group.
It's just
I can't say who's going to win.
I'm just throwing it out there, bro. I want Wes to win. I want to see South America take the W. That's my prediction. I want to see Wes take it. But
I'm not going to lie. I've been missing an NA win.
I've been missing NA wins too. It would be cool to see Sandstorm take it if Sandstorm goes crazy.
I think the only players right now that can win are Sandstorm, or if Guichibu figures himself out at LAN and his playstyle does well, I think he can win. Yeah. Styles, though, that are very reliant on the mental. I think Guichibu's style is very mental based, but I think that LAN experience is a very I don't know. I think he's gonna do like if he figures out his mental in LAN, he's gonna get in that top 8-ish region. He could possibly top 4. But if he doesn't figure it out, I say he's like the lower side of top 8 or he's in top 12. And I really hate putting Java that far down.
Yeah. Java will probably be a little higher than that.
I don't think, but I think he's higher than Monir, but I don't know. It's such a rock and a hard place because it's dusk now.
Yeah, it's dusk now.
And that's what I have to say for predictions. It's such a rock and a hard place. Now, do I think any of these players can outperform based off of how everyone's doing at that venue? Yes. But it's so close on how it's going to lay out. But I still think South America is going to place very, very high. I think they have the most opportunity to win.
They're going to win.
And then I think Galia is going to get that top 4 no matter what. But, we could see a whole South America sweep.
It will definitely be interesting. I mean, just throw it out there. We'll put it up. Those are the predictions.
I hate putting predictions up.
But they're very generalized for AJ's side. He's excited for everybody, but me, I know what I want.
Well, because your bias was Wes, because Wes is your boy.
I'm very biased. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town, so next week we won't be able to rock an episode because we film at my place and I won't be here, so we won't be able to do that. But we do have a filler video that we're going to do, so don't worry. We'll have an upload that week.
I'm not going to be watching the Royale very much because I'm in Toronto running a COD major.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll definitely keep up with these guys. It sucks because I really wanted to go to this event because Gooey was asking me a lot if I'm going. And I was so mad it's on the same weekend.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wanted to go too, but I've got stuff going on this weekend.
Damn it.
It would have been cool, but it's okay. We got another Royale this year.
We did.
We can make that one.
I I don't like NA as a region is losing to South America hard.
And that's why I think so heavily that they're going to take over in the Royale.
Because you have everyone having equal playing field. They're all being flown out. All these guys got their visas and stuff to go out here. Now, if this was an in-person LAN, you could definitely say NA has the advantage because it's in that region.
Yeah.
But it's even playing field. It's gonna be cool. You know, I'm rooting for my NA guys. You know, I love just, and plus Gooey and Sandstorm are my trial of Baldur, you know, and Frigg champions. Or no, yeah. So.
We'll definitely see.
I don't. Yeah. we'll definitely see, but
yeah. But anyway, guys, make sure to check out this weekend for the Royale. Go watch it. It's gonna be really cool. If you haven't watched the Royale yet, it's a really cool format. It's round robin. It's not like any other tournament that they normally do. And they do all kinds of other random stuff too at the event too that you can watch. And it's just really cool event. It'll be on Brawlhalla's channel. Go watch it. They give you free stuff too when they're streaming. I'm sure you probably know that, but go get the free stuff. But that's pretty much it. If you have anything else.
No, I mean, outside of that, I actually can't wait to see what the side events are going to be.
Yeah.
But a lot of crazy stuff happened that weekend. Definitely stay tuned for that. And we will see you guys on the flip side. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys here shortly.
Yes, sir. See ya.
See ya.